Inakuaje watu wangu nguvu, mimi ni presenter Ali, your entertainment PA, and by the way the A is always for amazing. Siku zote natia bidii kuhakikisha kwamba nakuletea stories tofauti za burudani, and of course it's another episode fully and proudly sponsored by Superior Gardens Properties. We have land around Juja Farm, that is Amani Gardens, and an eighth of an acre is going for 750,000 Kenya shillings. Details zaidi ziko kwenye screen yako, lakini as you guys can see, leo tuko na mgeni for the first time. Actually, I'm doing this interview for the first time, sindio? Wow, with D. Mwango. Glad to finally meet you. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, and I'm really humbled to have you today. Today people are like, okay, who's that? Who's that?
I know.
Yeah, so I'm so humbled to have met you today.
Yeah, let me first start by saying that congratulations, you're doing an amazing job on YouTube, and I'm a huge fan. I mean, like, I remember a few months ago, I think your channel, kuna mali ilikuwa imefika, it was not like growing as fast as it has been growing. But right now you're doing wonders.
Yeah.
And tuko airport actually right now.
Yeah, tuko airport sasa hivi. Hey, sijui leo nijaribu Kiswahili lakini. Okay, so yeah, I can say, like, you know, in life, like, the days are not the same. Yeah. Today you can get, tomorrow you don't get. So same to content creation. Today you're doing super amazing. Maybe tomorrow things are different a little bit. So it's life. Wow. You know, yeah. And that doesn't mean you have to stop. You keep moving. Yeah.
So to go airport, unaenda wapi leo?
So I'm going to my favorite country, Philippines. Yes. You know, so I'm so ready and excited to go airport sasa hivi. We're just buying time.
Yeah, true.
Why
is Philippines right now your favorite country?
It's the only country that I've stayed for long in my entire travels. Like, apart from being a Kenyan, like staying in Kenya for the longest in my life, I've stayed in Philippines for the longest during my travels. 3 months non-stop, and still I'm going back, and there's no country that I've ever gone back. Like. Okay.
So what are some of the favorite things that probably you've liked about Philippines that, you know, make you want to go back and back again?
Honestly, to me, it's all about the people. Because, you know, every day you have to be with people. Like, you can't do it by yourself. Yeah. People must be there. So I find, okay, Filipinos, to be specific, to be really social and to be honest. And the way they do their things, I'm always like, wow. For example, how they talk, you know? Okay. Like, for example, sisi huku kwetu kama ujui mtu utasema, hey, wewe, ama, you know, unajua? Like, but for them, they have specific language that they use. For example, hey, kuya means, hey, bro. Hey, ate, like, sister. Like, the language is so respectful. And you're like, wow. And they're like, those people are just so good. I think it's all about how I relate with the people. Wow. Yeah.
And now the fact that you are also going back tells a lot about the place. And mostly, you know, looking at your content, I think most of the time you produce, you know, village kind of content. Yes. Is it because it's what you relate most with, or is it because it's what you love doing? Tell us about that.
So what I want to say first is I'm a proud village girl. Yeah. But when I say that, people will be like, ish, no, village girls don't look like this. Like, I'm a proud kienyeji, in short. Yeah, because I've been born, raised in the village. Okay. Like, you know, like my entire life, the biggest part of my life, or I can say many years I've just been staying in the village. If you could not find me at home, I'm in school. If not at school, I'm at home. So what does it mean? It means I've grown in the village all along. Like me coming to Nairobi, I came just recently when my brother was now flying out from Kenya for the first time. That's when I came to Nairobi, and that was 2015. Wow. So can you imagine? Wow. I was like done with Form 4. But I've never been to Nairobi, never been to this airport where we're coming live from. Like, can you just imagine all those things? Yeah. So I say I'm a proud Kenyeji, but now an advanced one. Yeah. I really mean what I say. So going to the villages, more so in different countries, is because I really want to relate with home, you know. And I find the vibe in the villages to be really chill and calm. You know, in the cities, it's always busy, people are hustling, hectic, like the mind is almost blowing out. But in the villages, it's always cool. And I think I love associating with the locals in every country. Wow. And to be specific, in Philippines, that we're now going right now, it's because I have a mega project that is still underway. Yeah. I'm building a house there for an old grand.
I mean, I saw that. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that really means a lot to me, you know. So The village is where I belong.
Wow. And now let's go back kidogo hapo Philippines. The other day we saw that you met, you got a new boyfriend from Philippines. Tell us about it. Mlipatana aje? How was it? Alikukatia aje? How did he do, the whole courtship?
Actually, okay, what I can say is, when things were meant to happen, like you don't really plan and say, okay, now I'm looking, okay, calm, I'm ready. Like things just happened, Let me just give a clue of it. We met on Instagram,
Wow.
And actually being adventurous, like there are people you'd love to associate with. For example, I love traveling. So if you're not traveling, it means like you can't even tell me, hi, let's hang out, because we have different interests. But Instagram brought us together.
That's very interesting. But now, someone would really love to know, does he do vlogging or what does he exactly do?
No, he works for the government. He's an agricultural officer. Actually, he's a big boss.
Wow.
But now I think we really have same passion and interest of traveling, because despite of him working for the government and being all over the place, he still makes sure he has time for traveling. So, and that's all I'm doing. So I think.
So you girls have decided that once you start traveling, you're not going to date Kenyan men?
No, guys, it's not all about I'm not dating Kenyan men. Like, how will you force things? Like,
You're never in the country.
Yeah, I'm never in the country. That is one thing. But also, I think these things it's all about destiny, Like, you can't force things. Most of things to do with love. Hey, you can't force.
Are you looking at maybe in the future getting, a citizenship of Philippine?
Of course, it will be the best thing for me, because actually, being a traveler also, it's not that that's where my mind is fixed, but I mean, like in terms of the passport, it's really important. Like those who travel out there, we know what it means by traveling with a Kenyan passport. And actually, before I forget, I would love to congratulate our new president. He's the best. Like us going to South Africa right now, visa free. Oh my God! Like he just started it on a big note, and I'm super proud of him and happy. I wish he continued doing that over and over again. Those countries that they don't want us to go, they also don't come here, so that it can be, equal. Yeah. So if I get the Philippines passport, it's good, more so like in other countries apart from Africa, So yeah, it will be an added advantage to me traveling. There are countries that I can't go without a visa, and you'll find, like, for example, I have the Filipino passport, I'll be able to go. For example, let's say Thailand. For you as a Kenyan to go there, you must hustle for the visa. But for them, they just jump. Wow. Countries like Costa Rica, one of my favorite countries that I would love to visit. For them, it's visa free. You jump, like you see. So if we interchange, at least we'll be doing good.
You've traveled to how many countries right now?
So far, I've been to 23 countries.
Wow.
By myself, by God's grace.
What would you say has been the greatest culture shock for you?
Hey, still I haven't gotten over it. Have you ever seen a man looking like a lady and a lady looking like a man? Like, I can say, okay, first I want to say I really appreciate the way people want to do their things. Like, I'm not like really judging or anything, but when you asked about culture shock, I just want to be honest as much as I can, because like so far in Asia, like Philippines, let's say, where I've been to, it's something that still haven't gotten in my blood, because we have what we call lady boys. So this is a man who is like a lady, and you cannot know, and they really look beautiful. I mean,
so why are they like that?
Tell me, and it's culture. Like it's normal. It's a lifestyle. Huh? So they have the best makeup, they have the best body shape, they look you can't even know. But if you are keen, for example, now for me, I've stayed there for long, I can easily tell. Maybe you'll see some 1, 2, 3 beards, or the legs, or the hands,
Yeah.
But if they're well dressed, like, or let's say at night, you can't know them.
Yeah.
Huh? Maybe the voice, also the voice.
Yeah.
But body-wise, like physical features, perfect.
Yeah.
So me, every day when I see them, I'm like, wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
Have you ever seen them in your life?
I've never seen them. I'd really be interested.
The ones we have in Kenya, those ones, it's like something they're just doing. But we mean like this is something inside them. You'll even find a small child growing up like that.
No way.
Yes. And now what amazes me more is how the society accepts them. Here in our country, we'll be like, there's some way our culture looks at them, right? But for them, you'll just find there's this guy, the family is there, they're eating together, everything is okay, no one is judging, like it's normal.
For them.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like, wow.
That's very interesting.
I just wanted to ask you, have you ever seen them like on a serious note like that?
No, I haven't.
It's out there.
It is.
A lot. So that's my worst culture shock ever.
The other day, I think your brother celebrated, his birthday. How was it? What did you guys do during the birthday?
You know why I'm laughing? It's because, I started by saying, me, I'm a proud Kenyeji, but now I know I'm an advanced one. So these
Promax.
birthdays are not like things that we were born doing, so even as much as we have grown right now, but still, something that has not been in you like ever since, even when you try to do it, it doesn't like come out like so perfectly. So yeah, I'm glad I have the best brother in the world. Shout out to my brother, I am Mara.
Tell him I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, he knows. So actually, I'm who I am today because of him.
Wow.
So because it was his birthday, as as a sister and appreciating the best brother that God ever gave me, I just bought him a small present, and that was it.
What did you buy?
Okay, just got him some 33 bags of cement because
Wow.
yeah, he's building.
It's not small. You can't say it's small. Come on.
No, it is. Yeah, of cement because he's building. So I thought, I love being practical. So I thought it could come through for him in some way. Yeah.
Many people look at the people who do travel vlogs and they're like, how do you guys get to afford, the life? Because, the flights are expensive, the hotels are expensive.
Yes.
How do you maneuver through that?
So when it comes to traveling, it's all about your lifestyle. So at this point, I'm a proud Kenyeji, and we know how to survive in our own way. So it all depends with your lifestyle and what you want. Okay, the flights prices, those ones are constant. You can do anything. It's either you can get it or not. But now when it comes to like accommodation, moving around, those ones, it all depends with what you really love. So, for example, for us, we really try to travel cheap. For example, when you go to a country, you stay in an Airbnb. This is like an apartment where you can cook, you can wash your clothes. It's like home. And you save a lot of money. And like staying in big hotels, where you don't even get the service. So it's just having some travel hacks. And yeah.
Do you have a dream country that right now you're saying, God, just don't let me, stop vlogging until I reach this destination?
Yeah, for sure. But the way I look at it right now, because I'm like, if already I've been to 23 countries, then I'm like, the rest I can for sure go. So I can't really say like this country, because I know for sure it's just a matter of time. Like I've never like thought deep about something. I'm like, these ones, like chances of me going is very low. No. I'm really certain if I really want to go anywhere, I will go. Actually, there's no country that I really wanted to go, and I got to the point of I'm at the wall, like, hey, here it's really impossible. No. So far, all the 23 countries I've been to in this world, I wanted to go there and I have gone. So we still have many countries. All I pray for is God to give me life.
Do you feel like vlogging in Africa is more difficult compared to, vlogging outside Africa?
No doubt, for sure. Like vlogging in Africa is really hard. Number one, people are not really used to the camera, and I can proudly say like the future is on camera, is on internet, But for us here, it's different. When you tell somebody I'm a full-time content creator, they're like, okay, so what's that?
What do you do as a content creator?
And they're like, this person doesn't have time, doesn't have work to do. They'll see you holding the camera and they'll be like, is this a mad person? They won't even get what you're doing. But that's where the future is, So vlogging in Africa is really hard because of people are not used to the camera. And I think it's because they don't have the exposure. So that's why. And also our laws of our countries, we make things hard for ourselves. But a big shout out to our governor again.
Sakaja.
Sakaja, we're so proud of you. So if only our rules could allow people to do this, it could be a very normal thing. So I think in other countries, they really appreciate and they know the power of social media. For example, me going to countries like, let's say Philippines, I showcase the country to my best, zero payment or anything. I just do it willingly. But now when I come back home, you go somewhere, they're like, here we don't allow cameras. And I'm doing it for free because at times, we get paid to do that. So when you try to showcase like the beautiful part of your country, for example, Kenya, you find it like it previously, because now it's no longer the same. It's hard, and it's hard because of our laws, things like drones. Actually, I would love to also advise Sakaja, please make the drones normal for us so we can showcase the beautiful part of our country. We're all Kenyans. And me being a Kenyan, I would love, even when I'm out there, I would want to show people, hey, look at how my country looks like. So things like drones are game changers. And that's where now the outside world beats us. Because you find creators, like let's say in Philippines, people fly drones like toys. It's not a big deal, but here it's hard. So we miss so many opportunities, like for example, tourism. People want to see Kenya, but they'll only find slums and whatever because there you are allowed to film. But if I come to the beautiful part of our country, I want to showcase, they'll be like, no, camera security, no, go get license, which is very hard. So I think our laws make things hard for ourselves.
Wow. Yeah. If Mwango was not a travel vlogger, what would she be doing right now?
I thank God I'm already a vlogger. Honestly, but I think if I was not a vlogger, maybe I could just be a teacher, because that's my degree, that's what I have at hand. So, but I thank God I'm not, honestly. Yeah.
And another thing I'd also love to know, what do you think is one of the hard times that you get to have as a travel vlogger? What is just one tough thing that you encounter as a travel vlogger?
Honestly, the visas. Traveling as as an African, okay, let me just be too direct, no sugarcoating. Traveling as a black is really hard. Okay, now when it comes to also, like, for me, let me speak on myself, like being a black girl, traveling alone, like I tend to give people so many question marks. I get to the immigration, I'm there. Where's your passport? I give. Then they're like, who are you with? Then I'm like, I'm alone. Wow. Some countries, they'll be like, why are you traveling alone? Like now they start doubting, because I don't know, but it's just a perception. Some people or some nations, have this perception, like everybody who comes from Africa, maybe they're trying to run away from poverty or something. But so I think when they look at you, like, now for me, I live a very simple lifestyle. So maybe they expect you to look certain type of way for you to prove to them that you can really travel or you are able to travel. So traveling as a black is really hard when it comes to visas. Wow. Honestly, you'll even cry. Like, we're always busy checking on the internet, which country can I get a visa? Yeah. Which country is it possible for me to go? Because for you to get those visas is really hard.
Wow. Have you had a really tough experience, probably at one of the airports that you can really recall?
Yeah, I think, I once had, there are much that I don't really talk about even on my vlogs, and it's not safe for me to just mention them too direct, because maybe I would want to go there again. Then they'll be like, again she said, because you never know. At times I get to the immigration, I find they know me already. So if you don't create like positive things, you might lock yourself out. But it happens for sure. For example, you are there, you want to get in. For example, let's say just for instance, Maldives. I wanted to go to Maldives. Yes, they let me in, but before you go in, they'll be like, how much money do you have? Like, can you imagine when somebody wants you to show them now, like, your bank account? Yes, you have to prove. And they put you in a room and they have to ask you questions like, how did you make it here? Where did you get money to come here? What's your source of income? And they've put you in a room. You're just alone with the officers, and that fear. And they have to go through your documents one by one to ascertain. Like it's crazy. At times we feel so demoralized, but we just tell God, hey God, you know me better. But again, what saves us a lot is we always open-minded. I'm always like, if they don't let me in, I book my flight, another country.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, so I'm never like shaking and I'm like, if they don't let me in, I'm dead. No. If they don't let me in, I have an option.
Yeah. Now you're going to Philippines and of course tumezungumza tukasema it's ni mara nyingine unarudi tena. So what is your next destination after Philippines?
Actually, the year is coming to an end. Yes. And every year, okay, for me, I always have my own plans of maybe going to new countries and all that. But still, I haven't decided so much. But I can say, so far, I've been to Africa, where I come from. We have 7 continents. Yeah. So I've been to 2 continents for now. Wow. So next year, I think we have to do 2 different continents. Amazing. Yeah. By God's grace. Wow. We're going to do Europe. We're going to do the Caribbean. So yeah, let's just leave it at that, because at the end of it all, also, it's not too guaranteed. Yes. Yes. Because as I said, when you need visas, let's say when you want to go to Europe, you need a Schengen visa. Yeah, so it depends. If they give you, you thank God and you jump there. You go to the next one. You go to the next one. But there's always an option. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much for coming through. And we've had an amazing conversation with D. Mwango. And if you never knew, the D is for Diana.
Yes. D is for Diana.
Thank you so much, and you're doing an amazing job. Keep, putting Kenya on the map. I think travel vloggers, personally, this is my opinion, are one of the most underrated people. Like, they do so much for the country. They just raise the flag in different countries, but they are less appreciated. So I take this chance to just appreciate you and tell you, keep doing what you're doing. Talk to your fans, of course.
Yeah, and first I want to say, for me, I'm a proud African. When I'm out there, don't even just say I'm a Kenyan. I say I'm an African. Wow. Even my my necklace here is a symbol of Africa. When we are out there, we're so proud, and I'm like, yeah, I'm from Africa. I'm from Kenya, to be specific, in Africa. So I want to say, my fans who are watching, thank you so much. Wakenya wote ambao mnatizama hapa kwa presenter Ali, thank you so much. Kama wewe ni fan wangu, huja subscribe hapa, unangoja nini? Hebu subscribe hapo chini. Yes. Yeah. Swahili seems to be so weird. No, on a good note, it's because I make my vlogs in English. Yeah, so Kenyans who are watching, not only Kenyans, but all our fans all over the world, please be sure to support a brother here. I'm so proud of him, because also what he does is not easy. So the same way you support me, let's also support presenter Ali here. And yeah, soon he'll be coming up with travel content as well.
Of course.
So he'll have joined a new squad. Yeah. So please subscribe. It costs nothing. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Also, guys, when you just subscribe kwa channel ya D Mwango, iko pale kwenye comment section. I've pinned it. Show some love, show some support. Na mwambie mmetumwa na presenter Ali, the entertainment PA. Behind the camera ni mwanangu nguvu, anaitwa Kaka. Anyway, siku zote ukitaka kufanikiwa, usipende kusifiwa. I'll see you guys in the next video.